And we are live, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another weekly live stream of cell phone plan advice, where I answer your questions on the best plans, the best deals, basically how to save money on your cell phone bill. I always love doing these live streams, and I always love seeing you in the chat. We've got a lot of fans here. We've got Curtis, Jaime, Justin, Ricky, Voodoo 1013, OJRC, catching alive. First time here, welcome. Hope you enjoy the shout out. Jeff already coming in hot with a question. We'll say hi to a few more people, Jeff, and then we will get to your question. Arthur's here. LJG is here. VGraphs is here. VGraphs, great to see you. Sparkle app is here. We got Bentley, Erp, Big Tank, Tom G, a bunch of fans showing up. Mark Smith, great to see you, Mark. I always appreciate you showing up to these live streams. So we're going to cover a lot of excellent things today. We do have some questions coming in hot already, including we got Joe here. We got Josh, LeChasen, welcome. All right, we've got a question coming in. Where'd it go? Jeff, what is the cheapest way to get a new iPhone with lots of money on prepaid? Jeff, this is a fantastic question. I think you've got probably two options. Option number one is to consider looking for a deal from a prepaid carrier for an iPhone. Now, it might not be the newest iPhone, but sometimes you can find prepaid carriers offering deals on, say, the iPhone 13, for example. So let me just see if I can pull up just an example of this. It might not be what you're looking for, but here, yeah, this is a reasonable example. I'm adding this to the stream right now. This is coming in from Cricket Wireless, and it's just to demonstrate you can get an iPhone 13 from Cricket. They're offering it for $50, right? So that's not a bad deal. If you wanted, you could consider going to a website such as Swappa. They offer gently used phones and technology. And with Swappa, let's see if we can find an iPhone 13 here. This is my preferred way. And Jeff, I'll go into more details. So you can see iPhone 13 unlocked, starting at 209. It's usually a little bit higher. Yeah, 258, 260. And this is with 75%, 79% battery capacity in fair condition. If we go ahead and filter this to good condition, you're looking at 265 for the pricing here. So this is a way to get a gently used phone, but I think it really highlights the value of Cricket's offer, right? Getting an iPhone 13 for $50, that's a pretty good deal. Granted, you will have to sign up for Cricket, so that's kind of up to you if you want to do that. I think Total Wireless was just offering a deal on the iPhone 13. Oh my God, yeah, there it is right there. Boom. We'll click that link. And yeah, so 150, which is also pretty good considering what you're getting with the phone and with the plan and everything. But Jeff, it sounds like you might be looking for something better, maybe a newer iPhone, something with more memory. If you are looking for a new device, I definitely suggest you check out Swappa. Again, I've bought and sold so many devices on here. Let's just do iPhone 16 Pro Max. And you can see, oh my gosh, this is me genuinely shocked right now. Okay, that's a little bit better. So you're getting these for about $200 off, right? It retails for $1,200. We've got an unlocked desert model in mint condition, $1,110. And you can go in here and look at the condition of the device. These photos are pretty grainy, not going to lie. I think this person could have done a little bit better job making that listing. And but otherwise, looks like it's a great phone, great condition. It's going to be unlocked, so it'll work with any plan and any carrier, which is excellent. If you want to up the storage capacity, so iPhone 16 Pro Max happens to start at 256 gigs, but of course you can filter storage. You can go up to 512, and yeah, 1,158. Good condition, so maybe there's some light nicks or scratches on this one, but should still be plenty usable and in good condition and stuff. And so yeah, so maybe there's a mark right there. Otherwise, 100% battery capacity, great value, $1,158. This is less than a new 256 gig model. So that would probably be my answer, Jeff. Short and sweet. I would suggest swap up. Sometimes the prepaid carriers do have deals. There is actually a Visible deal now that I'm thinking about it. Visible, they're offering. We're just going to go to shop all phones. If you check out Visible's site, you can see. Let's grab an iPhone 16 Pro Max. Just using this as an example, but you can grab the whatever phone you want, whatever storage configuration you want, and what Visible is going to do is they're going to give you $360 in service credits if you sign up for that Visible Plus Pro plan. So this is a great way to get a new device, get the storage configuration you want, get a great plan, and save $360 off. So, Jeff, hopefully that's helpful. Some options to consider. Really depends on what you want for coverage, who your current carrier is, what phone you're looking for, what storage capacity you're looking for, and things such as that. But hopefully that is helpful for you. What we got a super chat here. Mark Smith. Thank you so much, Mark. Mark says, thank you, Stetson. You are appreciated. Mark, you, my friend, are much appreciated. Thank you for your continued support and generosity. Really appreciate that. Stink Bomb, thoughts on cricket? Anyone else have deja vu? I feel like I started the last stream off answering this question. Cricket's great. They're even better for families who are looking for AT&T coverage. I do think US Mobile is offering better plans on the AT&T network right now, though. So let's see if we're... Oh, yeah. Oh, VGraphs asking a good question. Are you going to make a video about the new Visible Plus Pro plan and the supposed 450 gigabyte data cap? This is a great question. For those of you who may be unfamiliar, Carlos has been testing the Visible Plus plan, blowing it up using huge amounts of data beyond what normal usage is. And he discovered that when his line reached 450 gigabytes of usage, his speeds were artificially throttled or capped at 3. It was actually more like 4 megabits per second, 4 megabits per second down and 4 megabits per second up. And this is actually something Verizon does on their postpaid plans. So if you look at their terms and conditions, I think I actually have this here. So give me 1 second as I try and pull this up. Yeah, perfect. I don't have the website, unfortunately, but I do have something helpful. So let me go ahead and add this to the stream right now. And it's just going to show you what Verizon postpaid does in comparison. So I want to present, share my screen, window, this guy. Perfect. So this is a wall of text, but this is Verizon's network management policy. This applies to all of their postpaid plans, Unlimited Welcome, Unlimited Plus, and Unlimited Ultimate. And it says heavy data users are defined by rate plan or service type. For mobile customers, if your monthly data usage exceeds the average amount of data consumed by the top 0.5% of users on our network during the preceding 6-month period, as of December 2024, that is 1.2 terabytes. So if you use over 1.2 terabytes on Verizon postpaid, they say we may reduce data speeds to your device to 4 megabits per second for the remainder of the billing period. And so this is Verizon's policy on their postpaid plans. Now, I am not sure what Visible's policy is. I tried looking it up. It was actually quite vague. And funny enough, I think I do have that. So let me see if I can pull that up and we can see what Visible says in comparison. Yeah, so I do have that right here. Let me just go ahead and add that to the stream. This is Visible's policy. It says, we hope it never comes to this, but we can, without notice, limit, suspend, or end your service or this agreement with you for any good cause. We want to be able to help all our members get the service they deserve. So if you behave in a way that prevents us from fairly serving all of our members, we may have to take action. In other words, we won't tolerate any line cheating or shenanigans. And, maybe there's another part of the service agreement that I didn't find or capture that articulates something related to data speeds better. But this is what I found. And I think this could be improved in terms of clarity. But the bottom line here, right, is Verizon's postpaid network will artificially cap speeds to 4 megabits per second if you exceed that normal usage. On the Visible network, what Carlos has observed with his line is his speeds were capped to the same 4 megabit per second speed cap for exceeding a pretty high amount of usage, 450 gigabytes. Now, I think that's actually quite reasonable in terms of policy. Like 450 gigs is plenty for most people. Carlos got full speeds up until that point, and 4 megabits per second is still pretty fast for using your phone as you normally would. In fact, the regular Verizon Unlimited Welcome Plan actually comes with 500 gigs of high speed data before slowing you down to 4 megabits per second. And I have that noted on the Best Phone Plans website. It's on the Verizon website, but they're a little bit tricky with that. So let me see if I can just quickly pull that up. Welcome. And yeah, so I have that noted on my website here. Present, share screen, unlimited welcome, 500 gigs, high speed, and then 4 megabits per second. So the bottom line is really, I just wish Visible was more upfront and transparent about what any limitations were or what their fair use policy is with their plan. I think 450 gigs, plenty for most people. And I just want clarity, right? I think what consumers want, what you want, is to know what you're getting, to know what you're signing up for when you sign up for a cell phone plan. So whether the policy is in place or Carlos is an edge example, I would just love to see that clarified in the terms and conditions on the Visible site. I think that would really just be helpful and help you guys. So bottom line seems reasonable to me. I mean, networks are a limited resource and you want to be able to manage them properly. And I think ultimately what it comes down to is just making sure carriers are clear and transparent with what those policies are. And I think Verizon's policy is a great example. They clearly outline, hey, if you use over 1.2 terabytes, we may take action and cap your speeds to 4 megabits per second. And I would love to see Visible kind of clarify that as well. Whew. Curtis asking the fire questions. Do you still recommend US Mobile, or is the new Visible Plus plan up to par? Curtis, let's go ahead. Let's dive in. I am working on a video somewhat about this topic. It's about Visible's new plans. You know what? I think we just gotta shout out Visible right now. They did launch 2 new plans. And let me throw those up on the screen so we can go ahead and take a look at these. They launched a new Visible Plus plan and an all new Visible Plus Pro plan. So what happened? I will give you the 2-sentence summary. Visible Plus. Visible removed some features most people weren't using. This includes international texting, international calling, and that free Apple Watch line. And they added features that most people do use. This includes truly unlimited premium data, and it includes, there was one more thing they added. Improved video streaming quality, 1080p video, up from 720p on the previous Visible Plus plan. And they did all this by lowering the price from $45 to $35. Annual pricing is also a bit lower, $375. It used to be $395. So Visible Plus, basically giving more people the features they need at a better price. Visible Plus Pro. Now, if you were sad about the missing features, that free Apple Watch line, that international talk and text, no worries. Visible Plus Pro is here. Same price as before, $45 a month. And they basically kept all of the features and added some. So now you're getting, instead of 50 gigs of premium data, you're now getting unlimited premium data on both LTE and 5G nationwide. And here it is, unlimited premium data on Verizon's 5G and 4G LTE networks. Video streaming quality got improved from 720p to full 4K video. This is only on 5G ultra wideband, so it's important to keep that in mind. If you are on LTE, this is going to be 1080p video streaming. Mobile hotspot. They increased the hotspot speeds from 10 megabits per second before to now 15 megabits per second. Now, curiously, you can't actually see that here on this page without probably scrolling down to some fine print. But thankfully, I know the details, so that is what's there. In terms of international, unlimited talk and text to Mexico and Canada, that's the same. Free roaming in Canada, Mexico with 2 gigs of high-speed data. You're getting free calling instead of to 85 countries, now to it was 30 countries before, and now it is 85 countries, which is insane. And then some extras. You're now getting 2 global pass days per month instead of one global pass day per month. So those are the improvements. Now, the big question, right? How do Visible's new plans stack up against the competition? Well, if we go over to the legendary Best Phone Plans website, new and improved, let's go ahead and make sure we're zoomed out, and we're just gonna add some plans. So we're gonna grab the Visible Plus plan, and they do have the monthly and the annual. We'll grab both just so we have some pricing references, and we have the Visible Plus Pro plan. And it is worth noting, actually, I want to go back to the Visible page. Annual pricing did change. So same $45 monthly price, but if you look at the annual option, it went from $395 to $450. So I'm a little sad that the annual option did increase. That said, still a phenomenal value for the plan. This breaks down to $37.50 per month, but that is one of the pricing changes that they made. All right, so let's add Visible's plans, and let's go ahead and add US Mobile's plan. And this will dive into Curtis's question. We're also going to add a couple more plans here as well. So we got, I actually had to separate US Mobile's plans out because they've got unlimited premium light speed, unlimited premium dark star. That's what we want. And there's going to be an unlimited premium dark star annual as well. Yeah, that's the one we want. And then I think we got to get total wireless in here too. Their plans are just so good right now. So we'll add to compare, and boom, you can't see it because my little icon is in the way here, but we're just going to click the compare plans now button and dive into the comparison. 10 Mailer is saying, Stetson, what would you say the speeds on hotspot are on US Mobile Premium on Verizon? Hotspot speeds are like fully uncapped on US Mobile. So you're getting the fastest speeds available on the network with your hotspot. So really excellent hotspot performance on US Mobile. Calvin saying, this is my favorite live stream. Thank you, Calvin. I can't say you're my favorite commenter because I don't want to exclude anyone, but you are one of my favorite commenters. How about that? And Calvin says he is saving over $100 a month by switching to US Mobile, which is insane. Dang. Hi, May, coming in. Thank you so much for your generosity and your super chat. Signing up for AT&T Business tomorrow for 3 lines, bring your own device, and a device buyout for $800 for 3 devices and QCI 6 access for $100 before tax. Dang, that is a killer deal. That is a killer deal. Maybe I should get my business to sign up for that. Save on over the AT&T consumer plan I'm on now. He's just sharing. Keep up the great work. Thank you so much, Jaime. I really appreciate that. Really appreciate your generosity. All right, we got to answer this question about US Mobile. I forget who asked the question originally, so forgive me for that. The live chat, you guys keep chatting. But let's dive in. So, Visible Plus versus US Mobile Dark Star. I actually think more people are probably going to like the Visible Plus option. Number one, it's a little bit more affordable. It's going to be $31.20. What is it? $31.25 versus $32.50. So not a huge difference there. The real difference when it comes down to it is going to be, well, I actually guess I was thinking of the Verizon version of US Mobile's plan. But if you're looking at Verizon versus AT&T, let's get one more actually. Let's go back to plans and let's do US Mobile Unlimited Premium Warp. So this is going to be, we'll add both of these. Boom. Those are the ones on the Verizon network. And when it comes down to it, yeah, Arcane saying US Mobile needs to make everything unlimited for Verizon in order to compete with Visible and do the same with Lightspeed and give us 20 megabits per second unlimited hotspot. Arcane, that would be insane. Bad gateway. Here we go. Loading up. Armando, Google Fi's plan promo is phenomenal. I'll cover that right after we dive into this US Mobile comparison really quickly. Visible versus US Mobile. I mean, these are some of the best plans in the industry. There has never been a better time to be on prepaid. If you told high school Stetson this is what you could get for as low as under $35 a month, he wouldn't believe it. Like, this is outrageously good. All right, this is perfect. So Visible Base versus US Mobile War, both on Verizon. If you're looking for Verizon coverage, I actually do think the Visible Plus plan is a little bit better. Again, it's a little bit cheaper. Both of these have taxes and fees included. $31.25 versus $32.50. On the Verizon network, which is what someone was mentioning before, Arcane, right? On the Verizon network, US Mobile is only including 100 gigs of high-speed data before unlimited data at 1 megabit per second. This is priority data, so same priority as the Visible Plus plan, but Visible, you're getting that unlimited priority. So I think Visible right there, even better for high data users. Hotspot performance. Visible, truly unlimited hotspot at 10 megabits per second. US Mobile, different approach. It is all full speed hotspot data, but you're only getting 50 gigabytes of it. So kind of up to you what your preference is. If you want really fast hotspot, US Mobile may be better. If you want a lot of hotspot, Visible may be better. I've personally used Visible's 10 megabit per second plan, and it was great for my work, and I was able to get a lot done, web browsing, social media, things like that. So I think a lot of people will be happy with the 10 megabits per second. Video streaming quality. Visible, it is split, so I'm going to add nuance here. Visible is 720p on LTE and 5G nationwide and 1080p on 5G ultra wideband. US Mobile, for my testing, is 720p all the time. So you're getting a little bit better video streaming on the Visible Plus plan on 5G ultra wideband. And specifically, you're getting about a 4 megabit per second cap on LTE 5G nationwide and about a 10 megabit per second cap on 5G ultra wideband. US Mobile, it's about 4 megabit per second, about a 4 megabit per second speed cap, just blanket all the time. International features. Visible Plus is really going heavy on Canada and Mexico. So texting and calling to Canada, Mexico, 2 gigs a day in Canada and Mexico, and that one free international day per month. US Mobile, hands down, better international options. International calling and texting to over 200 countries. You get 10 gigs in Canada and Mexico and 10 gigs in 12 countries, which are actually pretty good countries. Includes like France, Germany, like a couple countries in Europe, Canada, Mexico. So US Mobile a little bit better internationally. But overall, between these two plans, I think more people will enjoy the features that Visible Plus offers. If you want that faster hotspot performance or the international features, or worth noting that US Mobile's plan does include a free Apple Watch line at this price point. So if you're an Apple Watch user, US Mobile could be great. International features, US Mobile could be great. Otherwise, I think if you want that unlimited high speed and unlimited hotspot, Visible Plus is going to be a little bit better in this scenario. All right, we got a couple super chats coming in. Let me just see what we have cooking. Tyler, I have Verizon postpaid. I want premium backup data for festivals this summer. I have T-Mobile 5 gigabyte prepaid. Does that count as premium? What's a cheap T-Mobile option? Tyler, I mean, we're going to get back to you. Let me star this comment. How do I do that? I think it's already starred. Yeah, it's already starred. I'm going to come back to you, Tyler, because that will tie nicely into the Google Fi question we got earlier. And that would be perfect. Doormat Stepper, thank you so much for your generosity and your super chat. Doormat Stepper says, I'm on Visible Plus version 2 at $35. Go to V3 for $35 or deal on Visible Plus Pro. I would say if you're able to keep your discount, the Visible Plus Pro plan is awesome. It is like a phenomenal value. And I have seen some people on Reddit reporting that they're able to keep their promo codes when they go from Visible Legacy, the version 2 plan, to the new plan. Some people are reporting they're able to keep their promos. So that could be worth keeping in mind, could be worth trying. That said, sometimes if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If you're happy with your current plan, you're happy with your current price, it might be worth sticking. And then APC, man, thank you so much for your generosity and your super chat. Really appreciate you. I am a single line on Verizon Unlimited Plus. I use, says 50 to 60 gigabytes a month with an Apple Watch. Should I switch to Visible Plus Pro? I do use a few perks. All right, APC, man, this is a fantastic question. And I think I will answer that in just a moment. Let's dive through this comparison quickly, and then we'll dive into the Verizon comparison because I think that'll segue nicely. All right. So I'm going to say Visible Plus over US Mobile Warp. Darkstar, different story. Darkstar is AT&T, and if you get good AT&T coverage, this is hands down the best plan on the AT&T network right now. So it's going to be $32.50 a month, unlimited priority data on the AT&T network. 200 gigs of high-speed hotspot data. You're getting 100 gigs at full speed, 100 gigs at 8 megabits per second, and then unlimited at 600 kilobits per second. Now, I personally think 600 kilobits per second is too slow, so more effectively 200 gigs of usable hotspot data with this plan. This is some of the most high-speed hotspot data you can get. Really, really phenomenal. And you're getting 4K video streaming, which is actually better than the Visible Plus plan. And then international features are phenomenal. International texting, international calling, 20 gigs in Canada, Mexico, and up to 20 gigs of international roaming in 49 countries. Specifically, it is 200 minutes, 250 texts, and then 20 gigabytes or up to 20 gigabytes of high-speed data in those 49 countries. Between these two plans, I would say US Mobile easily. Well, they're both phenomenal, but I think US Mobile does have the better features here. It could be worth it if you get better AT&T coverage or you want any of these features that US Mobile offers. Really, really good. I will say after 200 gigs of hotspot use, Visible's plan actually would be a little bit better because it'll be faster hotspot. In fact, after 100 gigs of hotspot use, Visible will be faster because it's 10 megabit per second hotspot versus 8 megabit per second hotspot on US Mobile. But both are phenomenal. I do think US Mobile has some extra features here, particularly in the international realm. If you're an Apple Watch user, Visible will support Apple Watch. US Mobile doesn't support Apple Watch on the AT&T network. So that is that plan. Regular pricing for Visible Plus. This is regular pricing for US Mobile Warp. We covered the annual option. And for regular pricing, I think, yeah, Visible is just going to be way better on the Verizon network. And then Darkstar remains a great option, even at $44 a month. Still great, still very competitive, even with Visible Plus Pro here. But it's a close matchup. I mean, $44 versus $45, both giving you unlimited priority, one on Verizon, one on AT&T. The 200 gigs of hotspot versus 15 megabit per second hotspot. I think if you're a heavy hotspot user, unlimited at 15 megabits per second might be a little bit better than the tiered hotspot usage on US Mobile, right? Because it's 100 gigs full speed, 100 gigs, 8 megabits per second, then unlimited at 600 kilobits per second. Both have 4K streaming and international features. Kind of depends what you need. Visible is giving you 2 free international days per month. That works in a huge selection of countries. 2 gigs a day in Canada and Mexico versus 20 gigs in Canada and Mexico, and then up to 20 gigs in 49 countries. So all are great. Can't really go wrong. I will say the total 5G plans, these are probably some of the best value unlimited plans on the Verizon network right now. And the reason is because of the pricing. They have a BYOD promo, $25, $30, unlimited priority. You're getting 15 gigs of hotspot or unlimited at 5 megabits per second. It is 720p video streaming on LTE, up to 1080p on 5G ultra wideband. I got to update that. Same on this plan. And then you're getting 10 gigs in Canada and Mexico, as well as 10 gigs in 17 countries. So these are great plans as well. But overall, I mean, Visible has a really great value proposition here. They have a great mobile app. I think a little bit better customer service and support than total 5G unlimited, at least right now. So honestly, can't go wrong. So great options all around. It's just really what network has the best coverage in your area. What features do you want? Do you need? Worth pointing out, Visible Plus Pro includes Apple Watch support. In fact, it includes a free Apple Watch line and supports Apple Watch. You're not getting that on Total Wireless. And you're also not getting that on US Mobile Darkstar specifically. So that has been that comparison. Let's go ahead and let's answer APC Man's question about switching. So let's go back to plans and let's just quickly pull up a comparison here, APC Man, so you know what you're getting with your current plan and then what you would get if you were to switch to Visible Plus. So let's reset. We're going to grab the Visible Plus Pro plan. This is honestly one of the best plans in the industry. I don't know how they did it. Visible Plus Pro, boom, add to compare. And let's go ahead and grab that Verizon Unlimited Plus. I think even with the perks, it might be worth it to go ahead and switch. So compare. I actually just switched my Verizon line to Visible, poured it out, switched over in a couple minutes. It was super easy. Literally cut my Verizon bill in half. I was paying, I think it was $70 after tax on Verizon, and then Visible Plus, I went with the $35 plan. So under half just immediately. Angel Ramos says this US Mobile versus Visible is the reason I joined the stream. If you guys have extra questions on that, let me know. But we've gotta go through with APC Man. Boom. Visible Plus Pro versus Verizon Unlimited Plus. Price: Visible Plus Pro will be under half the price, give or take, after taxes and fees, or around half the price, $45 versus $80. So, I mean, APC Man, like easily $40 in savings right there. That should hopefully be enough to cover some perks. Unlimited priority, same. Uh, Unlimited hotspot at 15 megabits per second versus 30 gigabytes of high speed hotspot. And then I think Verizon caps this to 600 kilobits per second. Easy choice in my book. I would take unlimited hotspot at 15 megabits per second all day, every day. That is a very usable speed. And you're actually getting, I can't believe this, better video streaming quality on Visible Plus compared to Verizon Unlimited Plus. So 4K streaming versus 720p streaming. International features looks to be actually better on Visible Plus. You're getting free international calls versus having to buy an add-on. International roaming in Canada and Mexico is the same. And then better international data, 2 free days per month versus having to purchase that $10 for 3-day add-on. And you're getting a free Apple Watch line, which would be extra on Verizon. So you have to pay for that Apple Watch line right now, APC Man. So yeah, in my opinion, I think hands down you should switch. You're going to save probably 40 to 50 bucks with the plan cost and the Apple Watch line you have. You're going to get better features on pretty much everything, better hotspot, better video streaming quality, better international calling, better international roaming, and it's a better price. So yeah, I'd probably switch. You do lose out on the device financing deals that Verizon offers, but I mean, Visible's not lacking, right? Boom, save 360 bucks on. Well, you have to buy the iPhone 16 Pro, and then you save $360 on the Visible Plus Pro plan via service credits. So, you know, they've got some offers, but you will kind of you won't get those basically. But even with that said, you can do the trade-in deals with Apple. You can buy on Swappa. You're going to be saving a huge amount of money, I think, going with Visible Plus Pro. That's my take. That would be my recommendation. Hopefully that helps answer your question, APC Man. Thank you again for the generosity and the super chat. Tyler O, I have postpaid Verizon. Oh, this is perfect, Tyler. Thank you so much for your generosity, for your super chat. We're going to dovetail this into the question about Google Fi. So something you'll notice actually is if you go to the Best Phone Plans website and you're on the plans page and you filter by coverage, T-Mobile, and features priority data, boom, you'll notice this is a little misleading because technically these plans have priority data and they have T-Mobile coverage, but it's priority specifically on Verizon. So note to future self, I should probably update that. Priority data on T-Mobile. You're looking at T-Mobile Connect, Wing. Actually, is actually unconfirmed, so I should probably update that too. But T-Mobile Connect, it does have priority data. So that is the first part, first answer to your question. So a couple options here. Really the 5 gig, the 8 gig, the 12 gig. T-Mobile prepaid is going to show up. So they've got a 10 gig option. And then this is 50 gigs of priority. And then this is 50 gigs of priority as well. But Google Fi, you'll notice, is the other carrier that offers priority data on the T-Mobile network. So Google Fi Simply Unlimited. Tyler, I want to bring your attention to this plan. $50 a month, 35 gigs of priority data, and then 5 gigs of hotspot, 480p streaming. And then after the 35 gigs, it's 256 kilobits per second. Very slow, borderline unusable. But Tyler Zero, you might be wondering, that is very expensive. That is substantially more than the $15 T-Mobile Connect plan I have. And you would be correct, except Google Fi, as someone pointed out in the chat, is offering an insane promotion right now. 50% off 18 months. That's right. That $50 plan that we just covered, Simply Unlimited, it's going to be $25 a month for 35 gigs of priority data on the T-Mobile network. I don't think you can beat that. in terms of price to performance. So it's going to be this guy right here, simply unlimited, unlimited data for less. It's 35 gigs of priority, and you're getting 50% off for 18 months. So Tyler Zero, if you're looking for a cheap T-Mobile option, this could be a really good plan to consider. Um, I'm just trying to think if there's any other options. If you need priority, T-Mobile Connect and Google Fi are really your only two options at this moment on T-Mobile. So, I mean, you could do this is like more expensive than Google Fi at that point with the promo though. So I would go Google Fi, Tyler. And hopefully that answers the Google Fi question as well. This is one of the best deals on the T-Mobile network right now. I should probably make a video on it. I think they keep renewing the offer. They say it ends 4/9, but I think it was going to end on the previous stream as well. So we'll see. But it's a great deal. And yeah, hopefully that helps, Tyler. Thank you so much for your generosity and your super chat. And then let me see if I missed one. Boom. Nope. Jaime, we talked about that. Doormat Stepper, I think we answered yours as well. I would consider. I mean, I love the new plans, but if you're happy with yours, absolutely no reason to rock the boat, so to speak. So there we go. All right, let's dive into the chat. Let's see what we got. Yeah, something about Eagles. US Mobile is deprioritized on T-Mobile. I might have to go ahead and like separate those plans out. I actually did that, you'll notice, for the unlimited premium plan. So if I actually go ahead and search unlimited premium, it was just kind of getting to me like the features were so different on US Mobile's plans. I went ahead and separated them out. So now you'll see the names are really long and not very pretty, but it is unlimited premium Dark Star, unlimited premium Lightspeed, unlimited premium Warp. And then same thing for the monthly pricing, Dark Star, Lightspeed, and Warp. And so that should hopefully help clarify what the features are between those plans. Val Jules, 3 lines. Any recommendations used 80 gigs a month AT&T? Well, we're kind of looking at the best options on the AT&T network right now. US Mobile Unlimited Premium Dark Star, that's their AT&T network. $44 for unlimited priority. Really great value, really hard to beat. Actually, let's get the 3-line pricing in here for you because I think that will be really helpful. Also, Logan, I see your super chat. We'll get to that after we answer Val Jones's question. Thank you so much for your support and generosity. I think this will be really easy. We'll do 3 lines. We'll unfilter. We'll make sure we're getting unlimited data. Should probably add some more data tiers in here, honestly, because it's you guys starting to know. Also, is it 80 gigs per line or 80 gigs total? That would be a good follow-up question. All right, 3 lines, coverage, AT&T. Yeah. So if depending on line usage, your best option, no joke, might be US Mobile Unlimited Starter, Dark Star. So this is their AT&T network. It's going to be $75 total, $25 per line per month. Each line gets 70 gigs of high-speed data, then unlimited data at 1 megabit per second. It is deprioritized. You're getting 20 gigabytes of hotspot data, which is insane for the price, 720p video streaming, and then some pretty decent international options, but most of them are add-ons. So US Mobile Unlimited Starter Dark Star, fantastic value. If you wanted to upgrade to the premium plan, depending on line usage and how much data you needed, then you're getting that unlimited priority data, that 200 gigs of high-speed hotspot, the 4K video streaming, and slightly improved international options. Taking a look here, Cricket could be another one. They do offer their annual plan, so it'd be $75 a month just for unlimited high speed. This is deprioritized though, and hotspot is an add-on, so worth keeping that in mind. And then they have a family plan, similar deal, $90, unlimited, deprioritized, add-on hotspot. If you get their premium plan, this is actually pretty good value. I'd probably look at this and then US Mobile Unlimited Starter. $110 a month, unlimited high speed, unlimited priority, 15 gigs hotspot, sadly 480p video streaming, and then some honestly pretty mid-tier international options. There was someone in the chat a while ago asking about the best option for roaming in Mexico, and it's going to be Cricket, AT&T prepaid, or just AT&T directly, because they give you unlimited high-speed data roaming in Mexico. So there you go. So Val, recap the three best plans here. Let's zoom out so we can see more of them. I would do probably Cricket's premium unlimited plan. If you don't need hotspot, then the regular unlimited is also fine. And then the US Mobile Unlimited Premium Dark Star, excuse me, the Unlimited Starter Dark Star. That could be a great option as well. So I hope that's helpful. These all use AT&T, and I mean, 30 to 40 bucks a line. Not bad, not bad. All right, let's answer the super chat we got because I know Logan's been patiently waiting. So thank you so much, Logan, for waiting. Let's go ahead. Looking for the best plan. I split the year, 2 months in the United States, 2 in the EU, and repeat. Currently have T-Mobile Go 5G Plus military, but pay $50 extra for the data and text in EU. All right. Oh, you're doing the add-on. Interesting. I guess, Logan, my question is how much talk and text do you do? I can give you some options. I'm not sure what the best one will be for your specific scenario. It does kind of come down to how much you're talking and texting, but we do have some options we can work with here. So let's go ahead. Let's, boom, add this to the screen. Reset this. Sounds like you've got one line. Coverage doesn't matter. Features, we need that international data included. And that should be all we need. So, man, 2 months at a time. That is a kicker. I would say European Union. Okay. I would do US Mobile Lightspeed. We'll throw that in. We'll do Lightspeed again. And then we're going to need Google Fi. And we're going to want T-Mobile Go 5G Plus. Did Google Fi make it in here? Am I scrolling by? Yeah, I am. Google Fi Unlimited Plus. That's probably the one you want. All right, let's compare these. These are probably going to be your 3 best options. And it is a tough use case. I have heard Google Fi kicking people off their plan for extended use while abroad. Now, it's unclear to me what that timeline is. I think some people are using it for like 6 months, so even longer than what you may be using it for, but could be worth doing just a little bit of extra research into that as well. All right, so we've got some options here. Most affordable, US Mobile Unlimited Premium. This is their Lightspeed network, aka T-Mobile. The plan is really good, 100 gigs of high-speed data and then unlimited at 1 megabit per second. It is deprioritized. I don't think that matters on T-Mobile. 50 gigs of high-speed hotspot, 720p video. Most importantly for you, you're getting up to 10 gigabytes of high-speed data in 180 countries. So this should cover your roaming needs. Now, is 10 gigs enough? I hope so. I hope you're on Wi-Fi. I hope 10 gigs gets you by, but it might not be. So you might want to supplement with an international eSIM add-on. The talk and text is also going to be limited on this plan, right? So if you go to US Mobile's website, we can go over to features, international data, and you can see unlimited premium. And this applies to pretty much all of their plans. It's going to be 200 minutes and 250 texts. So Logan, if you're in a group chat is blowing up and you might go over that limit. So something to keep in mind talk wise as well. And I do believe this renews monthly. So it depends on what your usage is. Hard to beat the affordability though, 44 bucks a month. Next option, Google Fi Unlimited Plus. A little bit worse in terms of plan features, but also could be good for international. So you're getting 50 gigs of high speed and then unlimited at 256 kilobits per second. I think 256 kilobits per second is too slow. So I hope that it's not going to change, but I hope it change. I hope so. It is priority data on the T-Mobile network, so that's really nice. Included hotspot, you can use all 50 gigs as hotspot data. I think you can actually add a tablet line to this plan for free as well. So that's another kind of cool perk. 480p video sucks, but is what it is. International features. Basically, this plan just works in 200 plus countries. So you land, talking works, texting works, and data works. But let's actually scroll down here because I think there's a key detail. Yes, international calls are 20 cents per minute. So Logan, if you're a talker, you're taking business calls, you're talking with your friends, you're talking with anyone else while you're abroad, that could rack up quickly on the Google Fi Unlimited Plus plan, 20 cents per minute. Now, at T-Mobile, You're already kind of doing the move here. So it's 75 bucks, so $10 extra. See, I grabbed the Go 5G plan, forgive me. We need to Go 5G Plus plan. Let's get this out of here. Let's go back. Go 5G Plus. Boom. Add compare. Compare plans now. Try and bolster this up. Eli's lawyer, see your comment. Thank you so much for super chat. We'll get to you in just a hot minute here. Also, cannot believe there are 286 of you watching this live stream right now. So thank you so much for showing up, spending your Monday evening with me. I absolutely love this. So thank you for being here. All right, Logan, we're cooking now. The website's loading, it's thinking, it's grinding its gears. There's like 700 plans in the back end it's got to comb through. Go 5G Plus, actually substantially more expensive. What is that? 20, 25? $25 more expensive? Yeah, $25 more expensive. It is a really good plan. Unlimited high-speed data, unlimited priority. Again, don't think that matters on T-Mobile, but you got it. 50 gigs hotspot, very nice. 4K video, super nice. International, 15 gigs in Canada and Mexico, 5 gigs in 215 supported destinations. So US Mobile is actually doubling that to 10 gigs. And then Google Fi 10x's that to 50 gigs. Granted. Oh, thank you, Google. Oh, hang on. Okay, Google, stop. Remind me to unplug that before I start live streaming and talking about Google Fi. You have to pay that 25 cents a minute is what T-Mobile is. I don't think I have that noted here, but that's what it is. So, Logan, you honestly might be crushing it. You might be getting the best value. I know it's expensive, but if you're flying back and forth, the seamlessness of of T-Mobile Go 5G Plus might just be worth it. Depending on your talk and text needs, maybe you could get by with Unlimited Plus here, and then similar story with US Mobile. And honestly, Logan, as I'm thinking about this, and just like your situation, your needs, like it might be worth signing up for US Mobile or for Google Fi just for 1 month, just to test it out, right? Like I wouldn't want you to switch from something that works and realize like, oh my gosh, the ping times are super high, or I actually need more international calling, so this plan isn't going to work for me. So it might be worth just like signing up for 1 month, testing it out, seeing what the situation is like, how the system works, if it's as seamless when you land in the EU, and things such as that. So I hope that's helpful. Thank you so much for your generosity and your support. Next, Eli's lawyer. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hope Eli's doing well. Stetson, thank you for your advice. I switched the wife and daughter's phones from T-Mobile to US Mobile Unlimited Starter Warp, and I'm saving $80 a month. Oh my gosh, Eli's lawyer. That is insane. That is absolutely insane. Over $800 per year in savings right there. Thank you so much for your generosity and your support. It makes me smile hearing stories like that. All right, let's go to the chat. Let's see what you guys have cooking. Big Tank, Mobile X. How is the unlimited plan? It's great. It is probably the best budget unlimited plan on the Verizon network. And we'll cover that quickly right now. Oof. Okay, these two questions go hand in hand. So we've got another one. Kiem. Oh, K, I am not real. Took me a second to read that. I almost like Kiem not real. However you pronounce that. These two questions go hand in hand. So, Big Tank, Mobile X Unlimited. Okay, I'm not real. 10 gigs a month. Check this out. So we'll do Mobile X Unlimited, and we'll get both the plans right here. So first up, answering Big Tank's question. Mobile X Unlimited, fantastic value. $25 a month plus tax. You know what? Let's show taxes and fees. $27.03, at least in my area, after taxes and fees. 199 gigabytes of high-speed priority data on the Verizon network. Phenomenal value for the money. 10 gigs of high-speed hotspot, 480p video streaming. That's a little sad, but you can get around this by using a VPN. International calls and texts to 90 countries, and then a $10 per day roaming add-on. If you want priority data on the Verizon network at one of the best prices available, actually, no, forget that. The best price available, this is it. Mobile X Unlimited. You're not going to find more data at a better price than this. If you don't want Mobile X or you need more data, that's when you would upgrade to Visible Plus, go with the annual option, and it's like $4 extra at $31.25 a month. Or you could do the $35 plan. But for under $30, Mobile X Unlimited, one of the best values for unlimited priority data, or excuse me, for 199 gigs of priority data on the Verizon network. Now, Big Tank, answering your question right here. Excuse me, Big Tank, we answered your question. K, I'm not real. Answering your question right here. 10 gigs a month with no minutes or texts. I would say Mobile X. They have this unlimited 10 plan. We'll show you another option as well, just in case it could be cheaper. But Mobile X Unlimited 10, $17.03 a month after tax in my area. Could be a little bit different in your area. Regular price or list price is $15. You're getting the 10 gigs of high-speed data you need. And then I should probably figure out what the speed is after that. I'm guessing a 512 kilobits per second, but it could be 256. Who knows? It is priority, so that's excellent. You're getting the best experience possible on the Verizon network. 10 gigs of hotspot. That means you can use all 10 gigs of included high-speed data as hotspot data. 480p video streaming, and then all the international features are an add-on. I think this is probably the best plan you can get for the 10 gigs. We'll quickly double check that. We're just going to go to data 10 gigabytes and see what pops up here. So yeah, US Mobile has one that's $20. That's going to be a bit more expensive. The Mobile X plan is going to be really good. Looks like Leica Mobile has an option. You know, could be worth considering. We have the taxes and fees like flipped on this. Helium Mobile Air. This is a little bit cheaper. You know, it depends if you want to sign up for Helium Mobile and what your thoughts are on crypto, perhaps. But plan itself is a great value. $16.79 after tax. Really good value. 10 gigs of high speed. It is deprioritized. Only 5 gigs of hotspot data, but 4K video streaming. So really good value plan as well. And honestly, I don't like, yeah, you pretty much jump into the $20 range after that. So that's what I would say. Okay, I'm not real. Mobile X is great. Helium Mobile, great value as well. I really gotta make a review video on them. Is what I gotta do. So thank you so much for your question, and I hope that helps. Eden, thank you so much for your generosity and your super chat. Considering my $76 Verizon Get More plan discount and $64 FiOS 1 gigabit per second, would switching to Visible be a beneficial move? My FiOS bill would be $79. Eden, that is a great question that we're gonna math out, because that's, my hat is like falling off, because that is how we do it. I'm in your shoes. FiOS would jump to 79. Let's do total bill right now. Total bill is 76 plus 64. So we're trying to get $140 or less for you for both phone and internet. We might be able to do that. I mean, I think we can do that immediately. 140? Yeah. I mean, just if you go ahead and you switch to, what's the data? 10 gigs. That's why it's not showing up. If you switch to Visible Plus Pro, you're probably getting most of the features you get with your Get More plan, right? You're still getting unlimited priority. You're getting unlimited hotspot now at 15 megabits per second, up to 4K streaming on 5G ultra wideband, really good international features, and it's $45. If you get this plan, which is $45, and your FiOS bill goes to 79, then I mean 79 plus 45 is 124. So that's going to be less than 140. If I'm reading this right, if I'm understanding it right. So I would consider it. Definitely. And I guess as another note, like if you happen to live, I mean, you have FiOS, you shouldn't switch, but I would definitely consider it. It seems like if you do the math out, Visible Plus Pro for 45, the savings on the plan make up for the increase in the internet. But could be worth double checking that math, because it's hard to do math with 287 people watching. Let's see what else we got cooking in the chat right now. Yeah, it is 199 gigabytes with the Mobile X plan. That used to be a promo, and they made it permanent. So a really welcome change. Christian Murphy saying you can get the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan. It's normally 25 bucks, but you can grab it for 15 bucks for 3 months. Good deal if you have native Boost coverage. Yeah, Boost is starting to give out unlimited high-speed data on the native network, which is really good, and definitely worth considering. Parth is asking Stetson, would you recommend Leica Mobile or Tello? I've tried Leica Mobile and Tello. I actually really like Tello. I think they've got a great website, great app, great plans. Leica Mobile, it's functional. That's what I would say. Like, I think it's a good product. I think I prefer Tello's overall experience over Leica Mobile at this time. Like, I'd feel more comfortable recommending Tello to my friends at this moment. And they just got such a really nice like website and customizable plans. They're really affordable. You can often find better deals, specifically from our friends over at US Mobile with their T-Mobile network. But like 5 gigs, unlimited minutes, free texting for 14 bucks a month before tax, like that's not bad. You know, the 10 gigs. This is actually whoever was looking for the 10 gig plan. Tello could sneak in there as an option. If you grab the 10 gig, 100 minutes, and free texting, that's going to be 16 a month before taxes and fees, and after tax, probably 19 bucks or whatever. So really good. So I think Tello would be my pick, Parth, but both offer good value and really good like intro offers for new customers. Anwar, I have a 13 Pro Max. Should I upgrade to 16 Pro Max? My 13, fine. If your 13 is fine, I would say if it ain't broke, don't fix it. New phones will always be coming out, and the longer you keep your phone, the better value you get from it. So that's what I would consider doing. Yeah, and Leica's customer service is bad and mostly outside the US. Tello has great customer service. Uh, and I think you nailed it. I think this is what it comes down to. Tello, great app, great experience, very reasonably priced plans, great company, great customer support. And Leica, they have great value plans. But again, I think that overall experience, when you think about customer service and support, Tello would be my recommendation to my friends. Fluky is asking, hey, Stetson, what is a good plan with Canada roaming included? If you're looking for Canada roaming, you've got so many good options. Honestly, kind of crazy right now. I thought of one and now I have like 20 in my head. So let's go ahead, reset this one line, and we're going to add Canada and Mexico roaming included. And let's just go ahead. I'm assuming, Fluky, you want unlimited, but that could be something to consider as well. So Mint Mobile, you're getting 3 gigs in Canada, not a lot. Visible Plus with their annual pricing, 2 gigs a day in Canada. Honestly, incredible. That's basically 60 gigs a month. So really, really, really good value with Visible Plus. US Mobile Unlimited Dark Star, 20 gigs in Canada and Mexico. Another great value. These are both annual plans. Lightspeed is going to give you 10 gigs. So I would consider Dark Star, and the Verizon network is also going to give you 10 gigs. Monthly Visible Plus, another phenomenal option. It's just going to up that price to 35 and be a monthly plan, 2 gigs a day. Still a great value. Visible Plus Pro, you're not getting any benefit in roaming in Canada by upgrading to the Pro plan. You are getting that free Apple Watch line and a bunch of other perks, but specifically for Canada and Mexico roaming, I think the Visible Plus plan would be the best option. And then you've got Cricket. Yeah, Cricket's a classic. They actually include limited roaming in Canada. I don't know, AT&T, I think either has their own network up there or just like made some really great agreements. So I would consider them. And same deal with AT&T prepaid. So this is their prepaid 16 gig annual plan. And this includes 16 gigs in Canada as well. Let me just see if there's anything I'm missing here. Mint. Yeah. So Cricket Unlimited, H2O, probably wouldn't go H2O. I would go Cricket over H2O. And then it just kind of depends. Like, do you want, Cricket's 3-month, 6-month, or 12-month plan? Things such as that. And I guess total wireless. I mean, whoa, if we do the total wireless deal, sorry, I know I'm scrolling pretty fast here. One shout out to Cricket, 55 bucks. Really great plan, unlimited priority, 15 gigs hotspot, and then that unlimited roaming in Canada. But total 5G plus unlimited, you can grab for $30 when you bring your own device. This might be the move. I mean, this or Visible. I mean, and all the other options I mentioned, you can't really go wrong here. But you're getting 10 gigs in Canada and Mexico. So I guess your preference, right? Do you want 2 gigs a day or do you want 10 gigs all at once over the course of a month? All really good options. So Fluky, I hope that is helpful. I know there's a bunch of plans here, but tried to highlight some of the better ones, at least in my mind. We got a question from Jan. Thank you so much for the question. Hi, Stetson. I am moving out of the country for about a year. I want to cancel my plan, but keep reserve my phone number. Is there a way to do that? Jan, yes, there is. So a couple of services offer this. I know US Mobile lets you snooze your phone number. I think it's like $3 a month. I think Tello lets you do that too. Yeah, here we go. Let's add this to the stream. So Tello lets you park your number, also $3 a month. Really good customer service too, and very easy to get your port out information from Tello. So I would actually consider Tello over US Mobile just for that feature alone. You can park your number $3 a month, and then I think Number Barn is a number one. And excuse me, number one. Another one. Yeah, offers low parking rates. So let's see, buy and license, keep yours, park it, save it, boost it. I wonder what the plans are. Number parking plan, only $2 a month. So Number Barn, $2 a month, park your phone number. I'd probably look at Number Barn and Tello if I were in your shoes, is what I would do. And then once you're back in the United States, you need your phone number again. That's when you would go ahead and just port your phone number out of that parking service. Fluky, you are most welcome. Margaret, do you have home internet plan discounts on your website? Margaret, I sadly do not have home internet discounts on my website. I wish I could help you out. So, Points, CFO. Thoughts on US Mobile Unlimited Premium travel to Japan 2 weeks each quarter? I have Dark Star. Did I make a mistake? Points, CFO. I don't think you did. I think you made a great decision. I mean, if you go to US Mobile, right, we'll just make you feel better about your decision right now. Unlimited Premium. You're on the Dark Star plan. Let's go ahead. Let's scroll down. Dark Star. You go to Japan, sounds like. So let me spell Japan correctly here. And you can see, boom, it is included with Unlimited Premium. You're getting 20 gigabytes of high-speed data, 200 minutes, 250 texts. The fact that is included with your plan for free is insane. Such a good value. So you made a great decision. Voodoo at 1013, confirming you can park it at Number Barn. Seems like a good move. Vizanking or move to Google Voice. I actually think, I could be mistaken on this, could be wrong. I think the port out process from Tello or Number Barn may be a little bit better than from Google Voice, but worth considering. Joe B, best plans for $10 or less per month. I think I actually have that just on my homepage, but someone said it here, US Mobile 2 gigs. Let me just throw that up so you can see what's included. Yeah. Throw it up. All right, free plan, Helium Mobile 0. It is free. You know, if you're okay with their location tracking, they're like collecting data about network performance, I think, while you use the service, and that's how it's free. So something to consider. But otherwise, $10 flat, taxes and fees included. You're getting 2 gigs of high-speed data. It is priority on Verizon, deprioritized on the other networks, hotspots included. You're getting that 720p video streaming. Somehow you still get free international calling and texting and roaming in Canada and Mexico, which is crazy. And then if you need international data, US Mobile sells their international add-on or eSIM plans. So Sonic, the anonymous hedgehog, I hope that's helpful. Let's see what else we got. What do you think about US Mobile discontinuing Unlimited Flex? I really liked it. It was my top pick for an annual plan. I think US Mobile's current plans are still a great value, though, and I guess they felt it didn't fit into their lineup. And lucky for you guys, I mean, right, if you check out the site, you've got Mobile X basically coming in to save the day with their unlimited 10 plan. This is basically the same plan, $15 for 10 gigs, still priority on Verizon, and you get 10 gigs of hotspot. It's like more or less the same plan at about the same price. So if you liked what US Mobile was doing and that was a good value for you, I think Mobile X is the the next best option right now. Let's see what else we got. Interesting. Voodoo 1013. Stetson, from your experience dealing with parents, what's a good number of gigs to give a tween? I don't want her going through gigabytes, gigabits. There has to be a moderate number. This is a fantastic question. I will share my experience, and I hope it helps you. When I was in high school, I got a plan that had 2 gigs of data. It was Cricket's plan, and it only had 2 gigs of data at the time. And that was plenty for me. Today, my current usage in the US mobile app is, let's see, I think I showed this last time. This is always like so risky to do on stream. I would like to politely request the US mobile dev team makes a feature that I can hide my phone number. But it says my usage, my average usage in the last, is that going to focus or maybe not? Well, it says, there it is, 6.4 gigabytes is my personal average usage over the last 3 cycles. So I would maybe start with a plan with 5 gigs. I think that seems totally reasonable. I'm not on TikTok. I'm not streaming a lot of stuff while I'm out and about. So maybe, your tween might burn through a little bit more. So, but I would consider between the 5 and 10 gig range. And I know like some carriers are starting to add in cool controls as well. So I hope that helps and is helpful. And if your daughter is upset with me for recommending so little data, that's on me. All right, we got a question in Super Chat from Danny. Danny, thank you so much for your generosity and your support. Can I activate a US mobile plan on eSIM from abroad? Danny, that's a great question. I'm thinking about the answer. I don't think you can activate a native US mobile plan. What do I mean by that? I don't think you can activate a Verizon, AT&T, or T-Mobile plan while you are abroad. But US Mobile does sell international eSIM plans. Let me see if I can even show that. Yeah, here we go. So let's just give you a quick example. Let's say you're going to Japan, as someone else was. It could be an awesome trip in Japan, everybody. US Mobile offers a roaming add-on from $15. So if you click that, oh, you got to sign in. Well, I won't sign in right now, but the bottom line is they offer international eSIM add-ons that you would, I believe, be able to activate while you're abroad. So I hope that helps answer your question, Danny, and thank you again for your support and generosity. Google Fi, Paul, we did talk about Google Fi. We'll bring them up. I mean, they're crushing it, and I have the page loaded, so it's easy for me. Boom. Best deal, in my opinion, is going to be the bring your own device, simply unlimited data for less. You're getting the $50 plan for $25. I think that's fantastic. Let's see if they have any other offers. $800 off Google Pixel 9 Pro with $300 off now. You're basically getting $500 back in bill credits. Like, that's good, but then the plan is more expensive, right? And I think you can get a better plan for the price. Like Mint Mobile's plan is better, unlimited. So these are compelling offers, and I'm not saying it's a bad overall deal, but I do think it's worth doing a little bit of math out here. Like $800 off the device, sure, but you could sell yours on Swappa or buy it gently used on Swappa. I mean, I wish Swappa kept their affiliate program. So let's just do Pixel 9 and Pixel 9 Pro, stop. This was $1,000 phone, you guys. $657 on Swappa. Mint condition, probably 100% battery health because it's so new. Let's do just regular Pixel 9. Pixel 9 starting at $386. Holy smokes. No, all right. 438, 470, good condition. $500 mint condition. So like, Paul, I'm in your shoes right now. I'd probably consider buying a gently used phone on Swappa, trading yours in, and then just going with a more affordable plan like Visible Plus for $35, right? Like then you're getting an amazing cell phone plan at a great price, and you're getting yourself a great phone that you also got at a great price. So it's a win-win. Let's see what else we got in the chat. Sorry, I like abruptly stop talking when I am actively reading the chat comments. Danny, appreciate it. I think that was related to someone else. Dillara Jan Sankar, thank you so much for the question. Forgive me if I mispronounced your name there. Is switching between networks on a US Mobile Unlimited starter plan customer friendly? As in, do they make you wait for days before the switch? So here's how I will answer this. Yes, it is customer friendly in terms of the interface is really nice, the flow is really nice, and I don't think you have to wait multiple days. I think you can do it actually pretty soon after you activate. Now that said, I have seen some people go through that process online, and what can happen is your number can get hung up in the transfer process because what US Mobile has to do is effectively do an internal port where they port your phone number, say from the Verizon network to the T-Mobile network. And sometimes there can be downtime. Sometimes it's 15 minutes, sometimes it's 24 hours, sometimes it's 48 hours. Now, most of the time, I think it goes through pretty quickly. But if this is your primary number, just I think be mindful that sometimes you will have to wait, and sometimes it's not as immediate as you would like. But the process is very easy. It's super easy to find and do that. The app has a really nice design. I think the website has a really nice design. So it's customer friendly in that sense. But just be aware of that downtime, something to be mindful of, especially if you need two-factor authentication or something such as that. King is asking, have you encountered a lot of spam calls on Visible lately while you were testing? I have seen way more texts from scams and spams lately. That is a good question. And luckily, I have a Visible line right here in my fancy pink phone case. Let's go ahead and sign in. Let me just see if I can show you something quickly. Or slowly, as the Visible app tends to be. So something you want to check out, King, is if you go to the account tab, we're getting the three dots loading. Here we go. Man, I could have sworn there was like a feature for like features. Like there was a toggle you could turn on for spam protection, but I'm actually not seeing that right now. So maybe it is been removed, or it's just auto on. But no, thankfully I haven't been getting too many spam calls. It looks like just a couple. 4, including me. I'm in there. It's really dark, but those are the spam calls this line appears to have gotten. And that could be another line, honestly, as well, because I have so many lines on this phone. A lot of spam text, that's for sure. But they just add up. I don't know. It's not too bad in my opinion. I think it's just a tough world out there is what I'll say. Joseph, do you use multi-network on US Mobile? Haven't tried it yet. I'm actually trying to wait and test it out once the pricing is official, because I want to make sure that if and when I make content about it, we have the pricing details confirmed. Yeah, Jake, can they make the Visible app faster? Jake, I hope so. I don't know what's going on there, but it is a slow cooker. Oh, Brandon, huge. All right, let's try this out. Visible app. Again, we might be here for a couple of minutes waiting for this to load. Calvin adding in. This is going back to the US Mobile network transfer feature. I had an issue, I'm going to say porting my number. It was a bit of a nightmare from T-Mobile to Darkstar. If that's US Mobile to US Mobile, I would hope it would go faster. But yeah, sometimes porting phone numbers, sadly, it's a process and very easy for there to be delays and problems. All right. We're trying the Verizon stuff. Account, privacy, and security. Let's see if this works. Account, privacy, and security. Here we go. Boom. spam protection. Let's see if I can tap on that. So make sure if you're a visible customer, you go in, you find the spam filter, and you make sure this setting is on. If you feel like you're getting a lot of spam, it might not be on. So go ahead and try that and see if you can get if you can improve your filters. It looks like you can edit filter settings. Ah, here we go. Boom. You even have some extra settings if you feel like you're getting a lot of spam. You could probably all spam calls, bump it up, right? That's that option right here. Really improve that spam blocking. And yeah, you could either have them go to voicemail or just block them completely. Never even hear them. Kind of a nice feature. Man, I'll do all spam calls. I don't need any spam on this phone number. Update settings. Perfect. That was actually great. I learned something on this stream. Thank you so much, Brandon. I appreciate it. See, this is why I love these, right? Everyone's learning something. Chase, any insight on when AT&T will be having 5G standalone activated? No. Lifen saying that, yeah, if you have an issue with porting phone numbers, a great strategy a lot of people in the prepaid space use, maybe a lot is generous, but definitely a good handful of people use, is you sign up for Google Voice and you put your main number on Google Voice, and then you sign up for a new number with all the different prepaid carriers, and you just forward the calls to your Google Voice number. And that's a pretty good strategy. So Crazy Pirate Games. Hey, Stetson, I'm currently using an internet data only SIM in a smartphone, using it in a tablet. Should I be worried about them charging me for that? I paid $20 for the internet data. I'm gonna say, if it's working, you maybe don't ask questions you don't want to know the answers to. Right. Is Metro by T-Mobile deprioritized compared to a straight T-Mobile plan? Lucky chance, yes. Metro by T-Mobile is deprioritized. They clock in at QCI 7 for their plans. You get 35 gigs of QCI 7 on Metro, and then you're all the way down to QCI 9. T-Mobile, instead of being at QCI 7, you're at QCI 6 with priority data. The exception is the T-Mobile Essentials plan. That one is deprioritized on T-Mobile. Crazy Pirate Games, thanks. You are most welcome. All right. Oh, so Calvin's adding in. It was not an internal US Mobile to US Mobile transfer. It was from T-Mobile to US Mobile. Something messed something up. Yeah. That always stinks. I actually did port my T-Mobile number. I think it was the Visible. It was Visible Plus Pro. I was going through and just canceling some postpaid lines that were expensive. And lucky for me, went through just fine. But yeah, it's definitely possible to have that happen. All right, we're gonna do one more question because it turns out I have some commitments this evening that I need to get going to. But Marco is asking a fantastic question: are the 55 plus plans on T-Mobile, do they have the same benefits as the normal ones? And Marco, the answer is yes, they do. It is the same plan, just with a discount. And if you're watching this and you're unsure what the 55 plus discount is, lucky for you, I actually have this on the website. Let me go ahead and just quickly pull that up. So if you're on the Best Phone Plans website, you can, let's reset this. Let's just say one line, discounts, age 55 plus, and it might take a hot second for plans to load. Hopefully they do load. Otherwise, that means I need to fix something. All right. Well, maybe I need to fix something, but the plan features of this are the same. And if you go to T-Mobile's website, tmobile.com, and you navigate to their plans, basically the age 55 plus plans it's a discount for anyone who has reached the 55 plus milestone. So the plan names are basically the same and the features are exactly the same. So Go 5G Plus 55 has the exact same features as the regular Go 5G Plus plan. All right, Marco, there you go. Thank you so much for your question. And thank you all for tuning in to this live stream. I really had a lot of fun. Amazing that over 250 of you are here right now. If you enjoyed this stream, please do me a favor. Please go ahead and click the like button. That really does help support my channel. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. I got to get going. So thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for everyone who supported the channel with the super chat. I really appreciate you. That's Mark, Jaime, Doormat Stepper, APC Man, Tyler, Logan, Eli's Lawyer, Eden, and Danny K. Thank you all so much. You are amazing. And I will catch you next week in next week's live stream. All right. Take care, everyone. Peace.